Hey everybody, just Miss Sullivan. This is a pretty short video because you already know everything that's involved. Essentially what we're looking at is combined operations on integers. What that means is it's looking at sums that involve different operations and different operations and integers, positive and negative numbers. So when we're talking about the order of operations, I like to use the term BIDMAS. So that's the order that we do the operations inside the sum in. Number one, we do brackets. Number two, we look at the index, numbers to the power of another number. That little number is the index. Division and multiplication, then addition or subtraction and subtraction. So step number one is brackets. Step number two is looking at the index, numbers that have an index. Step number three is looking at division or multiplication. Step number four, addition or subtraction. You might have learnt this as BODMAS, where this is an O. All that means is that the index is being called at the order. That's the same thing. Index and order are the same thing. Or you might have learnt BOMDAS. Again, same thing. It doesn't matter what order I do multiplication and division in, usually moving left to right, as long as I do multiplication and division before addition and subtraction. So let's just have a little reminder. We've got, I'll just actually get rid of those little brackets. I meant to add them after. In this first sum here, we can see we've got 7 plus 6 times 2. Without looking at the order of operations, if I just work left to right, 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 times 2 is 26. Let's have a look at what happens when I employ the order of operations. I get 6 times 2, because I'm doing multiplication first, that's 12. And 7 plus 12 does not equal 26, it equals 19. Because I've got to do my multiplication before my addition. So that's correct, and this is not. This is correct, however, if I did this. Because then I do my brackets first, 7 plus 6, which is 13, times 2. Because brackets come before multiplication. And 13 times 2 is 26. So with these brackets, now that sum's correct. Really all we're learning today is that when integers, positive or negative, get involved, you follow the same steps that you've done here with your ordinary order of operations, but for each step, you need to apply the rules. So I'm going to start here with addition and subtraction. Just a little reminder, different signs equal negative. We're moving to the left, because when I'm moving to the left with addition and subtraction, I might be increasing a debt, or I might be decreasing an asset. That's if I'm adding a negative or subtracting a positive. Again, staying on addition and subtraction, when I've got the same sign, I always get a positive. I'm moving to the right because I'm either adding a positive or I'm decreasing a debt. Adding a positive is increasing an asset, minusing a minus is decreasing a debt. I'm moving right. With multiplication, it's exactly the same. Multiplication and division. So with division and multiplication, same rules. Different sign results in a negative. Same sign results in a positive. Let's remember the little song real quick. So, multiplying and dividing integers when the signs are different, the answer's negative. I'm borrowing money from different friends. I'm always moving left. There's trouble ahead. But when I times or divide with the same sign, I'm always stepping right. It's a positive time. Moving left and right up the number line. So I'll do some quick examples. Let's have a look at this exact same sum over here. But now let's pop a negative 6 in there. So I know that multiplication comes before addition. So just so I am really clear, I like to bracket things off. So negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Different signs, it's a negative. 7 plus negative 12. I'm increasing a debt. I'm moving down the number line to my left. Comes to negative 5. Cool. Let's move on to something a little bit trickier. So let's have a look at these order of operations again. Oh, I do have brackets. I've got brackets and I've got an index. So let's have a little look here. Negative 3 times negative 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, and I've got the same sign. Positive 6 plus 4 to the power of 2. So 4 times itself. 4 times 4. 1, 2, 4s. 4 times 4 is 16. Then I'll move the rest down because I can't simplify that. So I've got negative 18 minus 6, decreasing an asset, heading left. And then I'm going to come up the number line for 16, ending on negative 8. Let's have a little look at this last one. Now, I don't have any brackets, but I do have an index. I can see this minus and minus together. So that minus, I'm going to rightly assume will be negative 3. So I'll just separate it out to make sure. Notice how 3 is on the outside of the brackets there. So I'll just quickly do negative 3 to the power of 3. So a negative number with an odd index. We already know, so 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. We already know that when we have an odd index, I'm going to end up with a negative number. Negative base to an odd power becomes a negative number. Let's have a look here. What would be the next thing I did? Up this division. I'm going to separate it out so it's really clear for me. Excellent. So 25 divided by negative 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5, but the signs are different. The answer is negative. So I've got negative 5 minus negative 27 plus 2. So I'm starting down here, minus and a minus. Oh, I'm decreasing a debt. We know that that's actually a plus. So from negative 5, I'm going to move 27 up the number line and then an extra little 2, which brings me to 24. Terrific. I hope that was helpful.